All right, I'm just going to start out by saying that I just had this conversation with Maureen Callahan, and we're shocked that this was even worth responding to with everything going on right now. That was Maureen's take. Maureen immediately was like, "Hey, I think that she should have just like left this alone and not touched it." So I'm going to just read to you really quickly. This is a page 6 exclusive. And I'd like to know your thoughts. Is this something that should have just been left alone to die? Is this the Barbara Streisand effect where you're drawing more attention to it by allowing anybody to comment on your behalf about it? The headline here is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle find Justine Bateman's claims offensive after being called disaster artist or disaster tourists. Disaster artists. I do believe that is a James Franco movie. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry feel Justine Bateman's disparaging comments were offensive after they stepped up to help Los Angeles wildfire victims on Friday. This is according to page 6. The Family Ties alum labeled the couple disaster tourists as photos surfaced of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex distributing food and supplies to victims outside the Palisades Convention Center. It's offensive to Meghan and Harry that anybody would think this is merely a photo opportunity, a source exclusively told page 6. Then you're looking at pictures of Meghan hugging people from CBS News Los Angeles with the lower third that says Harry and Meghan support fire victims Pasadena. The pair live approximately 90 miles north of the city, but our source says Meghan was born and raised in Los Angeles, so this is and always will be home to her. I've argued this a couple of times, but I think it's worth mentioning. They do live that far. You know, to be in the car almost 200 miles, to me, that is why I feel like this is potentially a photo opportunity. What could there's plenty you could do in Montecito without the cameras around that would benefit the community, the multiple communities that have been affected by this fire. So I understand why Justine Bateman says this is potentially a photo op, because there is a lot you can do in your own community if you live near the fires. And Meghan conveniently found the cameras, right? It says, according to the insider, Markle 43 is not just a tourist, and her heart is completely broken for all the lives that have been lost and for those whose homes have been destroyed in these fires. Harry 40 and Markle, quote, invested significant time and resources. They have donated money and essential items, the source tells page 6. They have also dedicated countless hours to volunteering, they said, long before the media even caught wind of their involvement, the source tells page 6. Reps for the Sussexes and Bateman did not immediately respond to page 6 requests for comment. And when it comes to that, quote, I argue, are you sure? Are we not talking to a rep of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Listen to the way that these sentences are worded and tell me that it doesn't come off as pretty generic public relations speak, something that you would have your attorney or your representative say to push back. That it's offensive to Meghan and Harry that anybody would think this was merely a photo op, the source says to page 6. Markle is not just a tourist. Her heart is completely broken for all the lives that have been lost and for those whose homes have been destroyed in these fires. Harry and Meghan have invested significant time and resources. They have donated money and essential items. To me, that's not a random friend chiming in to take up for Harry and Meghan. That, to me, sounds a lot like a representative here. They have also dedicated countless hours to volunteering long before the media even caught wind of their involvement. Does that sound like your typical friend that would, to me, these are classic PR pushback lines that don't sound like just a regular Joe talking to whispering in page 6's ear about some intel they have. This is somebody defending them. And that typically is down to an attorney, an agent, a manager, a publicist. To me, this sounds a lot like a representative for the Sussexes. So when I see the line from page 6, let me scroll down again, just to read you that line once more. Reps for the Sussexes and Bateman did not immediately respond to page 6 request for comment. I'm thinking, really? Is that the truth, ladies and gentlemen? Bateman slammed the couple on X, writes page 6 Saturday, writing that they are no better than ambulance chasers. I saw a lot of you make that comment too in the comments over the last few days. Immediately, I mean, that was immediately the impression that a lot of my audience sent me. So I know that there's a significant amount of you that agree with that one term, because I saw it in a lot of comments and a lot of messages. The actress 58 reposted a clip over the weekend of Harry and Markle lending a hand at a convention center in Pasadena, California. Bateman wrote, "What a repulsive photo op they achieved. Are they touring the damage? ? Are they politicians now?" She concluded, "They don't live here. They are tourists. Disaster tourist. Hashtag Palisades Fire."
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, where we dive into the truth behind the headlines, debunking myths, and celebrating the Sussexes' journey. I'm your host, Adrian. Today, we're addressing actress Justine Bateman's fiery comments about Harry and Meghan's recent visit to Los Angeles wildfire victims, a visit that sparked heated debate online. First of all, let's get one thing straight. Meghan and Harry are not disaster tourists. They're humanitarians, period. Their visit wasn't about politics. It was about people, connecting with those affected, offering empathy and raising awareness. Criticizing them for this says more about the critics than it does about the Sussexes. The devastating wildfires that ripped through Los Angeles in 2024 left a trail of destruction. The flames consumed everything in their path, turning vibrant neighborhoods into charred remnants of their former selves. Homes were lost, lives were shattered, and the community was left grappling with the enormity of the disaster. Families mourned the loss of their loved ones and the places they once called home. In the face of such immense suffering, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, quietly visited the affected areas. They walked through the ruins, speaking with survivors and offering their heartfelt condolences. Their aim was simple: to offer comfort, support, and a message of hope to those who had lost everything. They embraced victims, listened to their stories, and tried to bring a sense of solace amidst the chaos. Their visit, though, was met with mixed reactions. While their presence brought some comfort, it also sparked a debate. While many applauded their compassion and willingness to help, others, including actress Justine Bateman, criticized their motives. Supporters saw their visit as a genuine act of kindness, a beacon of hope in dark times. In a series of tweets, Bateman labelled them disaster tourists, accusing them of seeking publicity from the tragedy. This controversy added another layer to the already complex situation, highlighting the challenges of public figures engaging in humanitarian efforts. Bateman's comments sparked a heated debate on social media. Were Harry and Meghan genuinely concerned about the wildfire victims, or were they using the tragedy for personal gain? The term disaster tourist carries a heavy weight, implying a voyeuristic interest in suffering rather than a genuine desire to help. Applying this label to the Duke and Duchess, however, feels not only unfair but also inaccurate. Their actions, both during this visit and throughout their years of public service, speak volumes about their character and commitment to making a difference. Harry and Meghan have consistently demonstrated their compassion for those in need. From supporting veterans' mental health initiatives through the Invictus Games to advocating for gender equality and access to education, their work transcends geographical boundaries and societal barriers. Their visit to the wildfire victims was not an isolated incident, but rather a continuation of their long-standing dedication to humanitarian work. Section 4, Beyond Borders, Empathy Knows No Boundaries. This section delves into the profound impact of empathy and how it transcends geographical limitations. One of the criticisms leveled at the couple was that as non-residents of Los Angeles, they had no business involving themselves in a local tragedy. Critics argued that their involvement was unnecessary and even intrusive. This argument, however, misses a crucial point. Empathy knows no borders. Empathy is a universal language that connects us all, regardless of where we come from or where we live. Whether it's a wildfire in California or a hurricane in the Caribbean, suffering is universal, and so too should be our response. Disasters do not discriminate, and neither should our compassion. To suggest that compassion should be confined by geographical boundaries is not only insensitive, but also counterproductive to creating a more just and equitable world. True empathy means reaching out to those in need, no matter where they are. It means recognizing our shared humanity and acting on it. By extending our compassion beyond borders, we can build stronger, more resilient communities and foster a sense of global solidarity. Section 5. The double standard scrutiny versus silence. It's also worth noting the double standard often applied to Harry and Meghan compared to other public figures. When celebrities lend their platforms to raise awareness about natural disasters or humanitarian crises, they are often lauded for their efforts. Yet when Harry and Meghan do the same, their motives are questioned and their actions are scrutinized. This disparity in treatment raises important questions about the role of unconscious bias and the unfair expectations placed upon the Duke and Duchess. Section 6. A call to action. Choose compassion. In a world that often feels divided and tumultuous, the power of compassion cannot be overstated. It is a force that binds us together, transcending boundaries and differences. Instead of criticizing those who are trying to make a difference, let's focus on channeling our collective energy towards positive action. By working together, we can create a ripple effect of kindness and support that reaches far and wide. The devastating wildfires in Los Angeles serve as a stark reminder of the importance of community, compassion, and the need to support one another in times of crisis. These natural disasters highlight our vulnerability, but also our incredible capacity for empathy and solidarity. Let us be inspired by the countless acts of kindness and resilience demonstrated by those affected by this tragedy. From neighbours helping neighbours to strangers offering aid, these moments of humanity shine brightly in the darkest of times, and by those, like Harry and Meghan, who choose to stand in solidarity with them. Their actions remind us that we all have the power to make a difference, no matter how big or small. By choosing compassion, we can build a better, more caring world for everyone. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Meghan and Harry Tales. If you stand with the Sussexes, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and the support growing. Until next time, stay kind and keep shining.